Told you next week it's the big game against Cal at Cal. For Gordy Ceresino, Emile Harry, we'll see you then. Stanford football 1982. Brought to you by Coors, made for the way you really like to drink beer. And by Toyota, who reminds you that it's a good feeling to buckle up for safety. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Pete Liebengood, along with Gordy Ceresino. We're at Memorial Stadium in Berkeley, and we have just witnessed one of the most bizarre finishes to a college football game you're ever going to want to see. The 85th big game is history, and California has walked away, or lateraled away, with a 25-20 victory over the Stanford Cardinal. Gordy, the final score was so bizarre, I don't even believe it myself. You give the details.
Well, Stanford, after taking the lead on a Mark Harmon field goal, kicked off to Cal, who had all the receivers on the field looking for the short kick. Cal picks it up in a rugby formation. They lateral the ball 5 times on their way to a final score. Both the Stanford bench and band thought it was over on one of the laterals and came on the field. So the final 10 yards was covered not only through about 20 white jerseys, but the blue or red coats of the Cardinal band also.
And if Stanford ever thought they had a victory clinched with 4 seconds to go, it had to be this time, and it all went up in smoke. Give the Cal Bears credit for some alert play on the return of the kickoff, which I had at 55 yards. Kevin Moan scoring the winning touchdown for California. This football game was back and forth in the second half, but in the first half of play, it really belonged to all to California. They went out 3-0 on a Joe Cooper field goal early in the second quarter, and then got their offense really cooking on a long drive, which ended up in a touchdown. California, the Stanford 45. Gilbert wants to put it up, throws for Moret Ford. Fine grab by the Bears senior wide receiver. 26 yards on the pickup. First down, California.
Stanford's playing a deep zone. Ford just gets behind Bears at the corner and in front of the safety Hutchings and splits the zone. The ball's right in the seam, and he picks up a big play.
First and 10, California at the Stanford 30. 2:50 remaining in a half. A touchdown would really help things for the Bears as they go into the locker room. This is for Ford. Oh, great catch. They say he got it.
Oh, I got to see that one again.
They ruled that he had possession long enough. Moret Ford, a senior from Northgate High School in Walnut Creek, has come up with a catch of his career, and the Bears lead it 9-0.
Take a look at the blitz situation. Williams is blitzing. It's one-on-one. There's the ball.
We can't tell. That official couldn't tell. He had no view whatsoever.
It's the same official that called the no roughing the punter, probably. But anyway, touchdown, Cal. Tremendous effort.
Can't question the effort by Moret Ford, covered by Baird. Cooper with the extra point. But that play may be talked about for some time in the annals of big game history. 5 men up front. They send the ball. Here comes Jimmy Stewart on a blitz. Elway gets it off to White. He is at the 10. Watch him. He's tough there. He gets inside the 5 to the 3. Well, it is not a full house totally wearing blue and gold. A lot of Stanford fans whooping it up right now.
You get a maximum blitz by the Cal defense, inside and outside. It makes man coverage. White slips out of the backfield. There's no one out there to cover him. And White, you can see how elusive he is as a ball carrier. Takes it down to the 3-yard line. Stanford needs a touchdown.
Interesting watching on the replay. Vincent White was... he was just waiting for that football down there. He knew he was open, and he was just saying, come on, John, come on, John. At the 3, Elway drops back. The rush on. Here it is to White. Touchdown, Stanford. At this juncture, the Stanford defense decided to get tough. They held the Bears, and then the Stanford offense took over and went on yet another long scoring drive. California, 4 down linemen at this point. See what they do defensively. They don't blitz anybody on the run. Plummer with the tackle of Hooper. Hooper, as we indicated, missed 3 games because of a pinched nerve in his neck. Last saw action against Washington. Very little. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 for Stanford at the 30-yard line. California, Dixon in at an outside linebacker spot now. Elway, shotgun, almost lost the football. Guns it. There's Chris Dressel, the tight end. Dressel has a first down and is wrestled down at the 44-yard line. Ron Rivera and Kevin Moen making the tackle for California.
It's one of the few times we've seen Cal not blitz anybody. They went to a straight 3-deep zone. Dressel went down, split the zone between the cornerback and the inside linebacker. John put the ball on the money.
Elway now 163 yards on this afternoon. Straight back. It's Tolliver. Sullivan with the tackle across midfield at the 46 of California. And John Elway has it heated up.
He is really snapping the ball off. I'd hate to be one of the receivers on the other end of one of those bullets coming at me. Elway's fired up, and the Cardinals definitely has seen the momentum swing to their side of the field.
Well, unofficially now, John Elway is number 2 in NCAA history in yardage gained as a passer. That one right there. He's over the 170-yard mark on the day. He is behind only Jim McMahon and just past Mark Herman in the number 2 spot career. More importantly, though, the football at the 45-yard line of California. First down California, or rather first down Stanford. This is Hooper. Gets by Kemp and tried to cut back, and Freddie Williams was there. Freddie Williams, 4-year starter.
Freddie Williams is a football player. This is a cornerback. They're not supposed to be able to hit. Watch the pop he puts on Hooper. Straightens him up and takes him to the ground. Williams is 5'10", 190 pounds versus Hooper, who comes into the game at 210 pounds. Nice pop. I like that guy's style of play.
2nd and 8. California crowd trying to exhort the defense as they had a blitz on. Gets it off to White. He can't be pulled down by Beagle, and White's going to score on a great block by Mike Tolliver. Tolliver's block set up the touchdown.
Boy, and I'm going to repeat what you said. What a great block by Tolliver.
43 yards, and Stanford has gone out in front.
California again in a blitz. Elway's got to get rid of the football. He goes to his relief man, White, who's just going to outrun 34 for Cal. What's the block by Tolliver? He seals off the sideline. White goes by it. No one left. Touchdown, Stanford. Credit that one to the play of Elway, White, and the big block by Tolliver.
My goodness. Electricity here at Memorial Stadium. Harmon tries to up it to 14-10, and he does. Yeah, it's getting exciting. A good football game. Both teams playing some tough football. We got 1:42 remaining in this, the 3rd quarter. It is 14-10 California. Game offensively and defensively. Cal came storming right back. A field goal by Joe Cooper brought it to 14-13. Then the Bears offense went on another long scoring drive to go ahead. 1st and 20 for California. Fakes the draw. Gilbert throwing long. Howell against Gilmore. He's got an unbelievable catch. Wesley Howell. Touchdown Cal. Oh my goodness.
What a grab. We're almost going to look at an instant replay of the ball caught earlier by Mary Ford.
continued to yo-yo as Stanford, still hanging in there, decided to get something going. They went on yet another long drive of their own. Here is Vincent White. White gets it on the ground, and he's got an opening, and White's going to make a big run out of this one. Forced out of bounds at 28. There is a flag, though. Flag is thrown at the 42. Indications are offside California. The run will stand. On the pickup for Vincent White.
Take a look at the replay. Little handoff. White breaks to the outside. It was designed to go up the middle. White puts a move in the corner, sees the seam, and goodbye. He's got the speed to go. Gets to the sidelines. Finally, the pursuit catches up with him. This is number 30. Williams takes him out of bounds.
First and 10 at 30. Almost a carbon copy for Vincent White of a year ago. He has 2 touchdowns. He had 2 then. He rushed for 70. Oh, Elway gets his feet caught up again. That's the second time that's happened. I don't know what's going on down there.
See if we can see it. He gets his foot stepped on by the guard angle. See the drop step. Pins his toe, and you're going nowhere when that happens. Engel, a big man at 265 pounds.
Second and 13, a loss of 3. Elway working out of the shotgun now. Elway throwing long for Tolliver. He's there, and he's down at the 10. First down, Stanford. John Sullivan. Oh, that was an excellent effort that time by Elway. Elway was getting pressure, almost decided to take off and run with the football and get clearance when he saw Tolliver. Mark Harmon has come onto the field. The ball will be spotted by Steve Cottrell at the 12-yard line. Now remember, Cottrell is the backup quarterback. Call it a 22-yarder. Harmon connects, and the drama goes on. An eternity to go, or that's how it would play out anyway. California with a football and a 3rd and 2. The Stanford defense comes up, shuts the lid on them, and then Stanford has the opportunity to go on a long scoring drive and takes advantage of that opportunity. You talk about game of inches. That's a trite expression, but it really has been that in this game. And you're looking at John Elway, the greatest quarterback in the history of the college game. It could be his last play. 4th down. 17. Throws for Harry. It's complete. Hold everything. Unbelievable. They don't need to call a timeout because the first down stops the clock.
Harmon's got a leg. Elway back. Look at the protection. Credit this offensive line. Elway's got forever. Poised. Finds Harry. Just a sophomore. Gathers the football in.
27 yards in the pickup. The clock is moving now. The scenes are set. They can win it with a field goal. Elway, oh, Tolliver ran out of bounds, and they give him credit for it. No, he was out of bounds and came into the field. You cannot do that.
The other official's going to call it back.
And they are going to call it back. It appears. Oh, wait a minute.
Boy, this will be a big call.
We'll just wait.
No good.
No good.
Called it no good.
But why then is the football still there?
No, they called it a penalty flag that was dropped by mistake.
Not a question of his being in bounds. He was in bounds when he caught it. He was out of bounds and then came in bounds.
Is the ruling if you're forced out, can you come back in? I don't know the rule.
328 yards for Elway. 31 seconds left in the football game. Think field goal here. It's the possibility. Batterer.
Look out!
A big gain. Tolliver. A great block by Tolliver as Donnerer gets to the 17-yard line. Tolliver again was screening Ahmad Anderson. And it was just a matter, could he screen him long enough for Donnerer to get free?
A deep pitch to Donnerer, and Donnerer lowers his head and heads upfield. He gets hammered and holds on. All eyes turn to Mark Harmon.
20 seconds left. Stanford has 1 timeout left. Elway barking signals. They're going to try to go for the field goal as Donnerer keeps it in field goal range to the 18. There are 8 seconds left. And we may be down to 1 play. Timeout Stanford. I don't know why, though they ran to those hash marks. They ran wide, and that's going to make a bad angle for Harmon.
Well, maybe Harmon likes to kick from that side. Maybe he asked for that one himself.
Possibly. Well, the burden is Mark Harmon's 35-yard field goal.
You may see Cal's last time out here. Will they call it, put more pressure on him or no?
He has a 32-yarder in this game. The big game hangs in the balance.
You got to think about the center, the holder, and the kicker. All the pressure in the world.
Here it is. It is good.
Oh, look out.
Mark Harmon has just hit a 35-yard field goal. 4 seconds remaining.
Perfect snap, perfect hold by Cottrell. It's up and good. Stanford's going to take home the axe.
And Paul Wiggins' strategy has paid off.
Book your plane tickets to Birmingham. The Hall of Fame Bowl is on its way. Penalty markers down, and that's because the Stanford Cardinals went on the field. You can't unload on that sideline. It's a futile call, but they have to call it. And you'll see this kickoff on the ground to let the clock tick away.
Well, in the big game tradition, it wasn't decided until 4 seconds were left. With 5:32 remaining in the game, Paul Wiggins decided to go for a field goal to close to within 2. It was a gamble. It was a gamble that a defense that had been maligned and, frankly, not played all that well in the last couple of ball games, but maligned considerably, both by the media and by alum. He said, guys, I think you can do it, and I think Mark Harmon can do it. He took the gamble, and it's worked.
Ball on the ground, have someone pick it up and tackle it. Now you see Cal has got all receiver and running back types up on its front line because they know they're going to do it. They'll be pitching this ball around. Look for anything to happen here. Remember last week, SMU against Texas Tech ran a long lateral pass with no time on the clock and went 94 yards for a score. So you can look for anything.
Clock does not start until it is touched by the opposition. Here it is. That is Moan. He pitches it out to Rogers. That's going to take care of the clock, so they got a score here. This is Garner. My goodness, Rogers is still alive. Stanford players on the field. Oh, what's going on here? Markers down. This is incredible. Moan is going to score. They signal touchdown.
That is a touchdown. That penalty markers on the Stanford players for going onto the football field.
This is the most incredible finish I have ever seen in a football game. California has won it.
There's the kickoff. Watch the laterals. The question is the second lateral legal? There's the first one. Now, does this man go down right here? Here's your question. Does he go down?
Oh, he looks stopped. My goodness.
Did he go down?
You're right, Gordy. His progress had to be stopped, and if the officials, they're going to give Cal a football game. A bizarre ending, to say the least.
Oh, my God.
This place has gone berserk. The officials are still conferring, and only now does the referee, Charles Moffett, signal touchdown. Cal has won it 25-20. What's that old expression, Gordy? A game is never over until it's over. Boy, Exhibit A for that right here today, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Stanford took the lead with only 4 seconds to go in the football game, only to see it fall by one of the most dramatic and questionable calls in this year's college football season.
Well, it's certainly tough for departing seniors, 24 of them for Stanford, to have to end it this way. But I think we saw a pretty good football game, some intense hitting out there today. You'll have to give both sides credit for that.
Oh, I give both sides all the credit in the world. The pendulum went back and forth. Momentum to Cal, momentum to Stanford. So did the score. It came down to Stanford finally taking the lead with 4 seconds to go. I believe that lead should have held up. No sour grapes. I think it was bad officiating, a questionable call, and Stanford should be the victor at this point.
Well, they are not. California is the winner, 25-20. To the Bears goes the Axes. The big game, number 85, is in the history books, perhaps with an asterisk. But that's it, and that's the end of our